Wait, now question. Can she fuck his best friend now that she's single?
I think depends on a few different things.
Lauren.
What's up, DIY?
No.
Welcome back to Wild Till 9.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody?
It is. I have to be in bed in 45 minutes. So
and we have some fucking hot ass tea to discuss today.
We have the tea.
No, you know what's funny is like, I struggle between wanting to make sure that we like continue to talk about the things we care about, but also there's some things that I feel like we should talk about that not us care about.
What do you mean? I care about this pop culture moment.
Right, but like, okay, we wouldn't have brought all these things up if we didn't have a little bit of help. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like you're speaking on behalf of yourself because Devin and I know what's going on.
Great, I don't.
In the world.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't.
I know. So Devin and I are serving you the tea.
Welcome back to a guy reacting to what things everybody else already knows in real time.
Right. Here we
I'm
go.
your host, boyfriend.
Oh, God. Okay, so let's just dive into it. So there's tea between Doja Cat, who we love. We're big Doja Cat stans, you and I. And Noah Schnapp. Noah Schnapp. Or Schnapp. I think it's Schnapp.
Unsure.
I want to say Schnapp because like a peach Schnapp.
No, Schnapp.
Yeah, it's got to be Schnapp. I'm
Schnapp.
sure it's Schnapp. Schnapp just feels more fun to say. Feels like very, stop reading the headlines.
I was trying to figure out who this kid is.
He's from Stranger Things. So Jeremy, did you watch at least season 1 of Stranger Things?
I tried to get through season 1, and I'm not really interested in watching the trials and tribulations of a bunch of 7-year-olds. Got to be honest.
That is
understandable.
I just feel like to me, it never felt like a kid's show at all. It's also really fucking scary.
Right. Well, I don't.
Oh, but I guess it is following the lives of like kids.
Right.
Produced in a really great way.
Well, that second part's subjective, but yeah. Listen,
Sure.
There's a billion people. Well, there's a million other people that I know. There's a lot of people that like Stranger Things. I don't like it. I never got into it.
Sure.
As far as I'm concerned, it missed me, but that it doesn't have to hit me. I'm glad that somebody likes wasting their. Watching.
There you go.
Oh, damn.
I'm glad somebody else finds enjoyment in that thing.
Words. Okay, so anyway, so here we are. There's full circle then because Noah Schnapp is now in your life. I'm gonna just go with Schnapp because it feels like peach schnapps. That feels nicer.
Okay.
It's so crazy because like this has been filmed over so many years, and so these kids have just like genuinely grown up,
like Harry Potter.
Exactly like Harry Potter. So these kids are now like teenagers. Like Millie Bobby Brown is stunning.
If there's one good thing that came out of Stranger Things, it's Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh my God. Millie Bobby Brown is so cute and she is so hot now. And it's crazy to see like how she started as 11 so many years ago as like a literal child. And now this bitch a woman.
I've seen even other,
Yeah, so crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. So Noah as well has had quite the glow up, as white boys do when they start hitting puberty. So Noah is 17 now, and Noah and Doja, I feel like are both like king and queen of TikTok. Not like the top, but they both love a good TikTok.
Kids second from the right, 17?
Kids second. Okay, well, second from the right on the top is Millie Bobby Brown. Oh no, second from the right on the bottom is Noah not at 17.
Got it. I was gonna say, that's not a 17-year-old.
No. Actually, yeah, can we see a photo of Noah Schnapp right now?
That, I believe, is him at the premiere for the new
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
That's him right now.
Oh my God. I thought he looked much older.
Okay.
Sometimes boys just hit puberty a lot later. Because Millie Bobby Brown looks like.
Well, she looks like she's.
Yeah, she.
15.
Oh my God, he does still look really young. A baby.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm just confused. Well,
like you can see where he's starting to like come into himself. Like give him a few more years once puberty arrives, and like you know what he's gonna look like. I feel like
he also really went through it in the show by having the worst haircut and has been vocal about the directors keeping him with the worst haircut throughout all the seasons. A bowl cut.
He does have a brutal bowl cut. It's really bad.
Like a cute bowl cut?
No. Like the kind that literally, it's like shiny as well too. His hair is like really shiny and sleek. So it sits in the exact shape of a fucking bowl.
Okay. Well, I'm just as confused now. Oh. I feel like as a kid, that wasn't the farthest thing away from like what some people looked like.
Oh, I had one of those for sure.
You had one?
I mean, his is more like mushroom top almost. It comes down at like the ears. But I definitely had a bowl cut.
What every guy wants to hear like their hair sounds like. It's like a mushroom top. But for a head.
Okay. So anyway, one of the co-stars of Stranger Things with Noah is this new character, Joseph Quinn, who I personally, Devin says that his personality is what makes him like endearing. I personally don't see the appeal, just like aesthetically on the outside. But he's just not for me, not my cup of tea.
Okay.
But Doja slides into or texts or whatever Noah. And here we go.
Well, those are two different. She had his number already?
Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, wait. Instagram messages. Okay, so Noah, can you tell Joseph to hit me up? She wrote to Noah in the screenshot, Instagram messages. Wait, no, does he have a girlfriend? And Noah responds, LMAO, slide into his DMs. She responds, she doesn't know his Instagram or Twitter, so he doesn't have a DM to slide into. And 2 seconds later, he responds being like, right here, ma'am, and like sends to the profile. Also, it takes 6 fucking seconds, literally less, 0.2 seconds to like search someone's name, especially if they're verified and famous. So like a lack of effort on her part. I think she just wanted like.
She wanted the intro.
She wanted the warm intro.
She wanted the
intro. But I just feel like it comes off as a little douchey from her side right here.
Mm-hmm. I won't have any.
Okay. So anyway, so then Noah outs her, makes a TikTok, and exposes the screenshots of Doja like asking to have the connect made to Joseph Quinn. Gut reaction. How do you feel about that?
I feel like Noah better be ready in these streets. You know,
oh my God.
You don't just, first off, what a betrayal of trust.
Yeah.
And now, to be clear, maybe Doja trusted him too much, but if trusting someone too much is what she did wrong.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing that I see.
Jesus Christ. So she goes on TikTok Live. Doja loves a TikTok Live.
She goes live. See what be ready in the streets.
In the streets, yeah. He must have been shitting himself. I don't know if he was watching this live. I bet he was.
She went on, I think, the next day.
Yeah. Doja took to Instagram Live to express that she didn't feel comfortable with not making their conversation public. First, let's try to be chill about it. To be fair, this is like a kid. Noah, I don't know how old he is. He's 17. He's not even over 21. When you're that young, you make mistakes. You do dumb shit. I'm trying to be super fair. You do dumb shit, you say dumb shit, you fuck up relationships with people, you make mistakes. You're supposed to do stuff like that so you know not to do it in the future. I did my share of fuck ups so that I don't fuck up again. Added the post on TikTok surprised her, but the fact that Noah did that, like went and posted a private conversation between me and him is so unbelievably socially unaware and whack. That's like borderline snake shit. That's like weasel shit. I'm not saying that encapsulates his entire personality. I wouldn't imagine maybe he is like a whole snake, but I didn't see him that way. I made an assumption that he was going to be chill about, and he went and shared information that I didn't feel comfortable with him sharing.
Snake shit.
If someone called me snake shit and weasel shit, I would walk myself off.
If I was snake shit and I was weasel shit, I'd be upset. And that is what Noah is.
You think so? Your team Doja, that's snake shit and weasel shit.
He had 2 paths forward outside of just introducing them, right?
Yeah.
It was 1, be a part of the story.
Yep.
Or 2, try and fabricate a story to get some eyeballs and clicks to try and use that as like a jumping off board. And I don't care if he's 17. I would have been thrilled to get a DM from Doja at 17. I would have kept that shit to my small little circle of friends for them to probably go and fuck up anyway.
Right.
So
but
true.
I certainly wouldn't have taken it to the internet.
Yeah.
Because this right here, he's trying to trampoline off Doja.
Also,
I won't have it.
Not worth the drama now for him to never be able to go to another Doja concert in his life.
Can I see this Joseph Quinn guy?
Oh, yeah. He's, you know what though, in the show too, because of like the era that it's set in, like the decade, like they age them in a way that they look, you know.
Okay, can I get a not that version of him?
Well, no, so to the left is him in real life.
Yeah.
To the right is his character.
So that's Doja's type, huh?
Apparently.
I guess, yeah.
Also, the fact that Doja's 26 blows my mind. For some reason, she always feels much older to me.
By the way, I love it for if she's happy.
He's 29. Joseph Quinn is 29.
Got you.
Okay. All these ages seem...
He's British. Okay, that makes him a little cuter if he's British. Yeah, that adds.
I'm right here. Keep scrolling a little bit. Yeah. Okay. All right. So did Joseph respond? Did he say...
I don't think... Stop. What?
I do have tea, actually. He was at, I think, Comic-Con when this was like going down, basically.
Joseph?
Yes. And I think he was doing like some sort of Q&A or something of the sort for
Right.
Stranger Things. And a fan like went up on the mic. I can show you the video. I'll have to find it though. But a fan went up to the mic and basically was like, I'm so sorry that you went through this. Like you don't deserve this. Like we love you. You have a community now. And he started crying, I guess.
Oh my God.
Best thing ever.
Tear.
Wait, so best thing ever to happen in this guy's career, right?
I was going to say, like, this is a win for Joseph Quinn.
Oh, yeah. This is great press for him.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Doja Cat tweeted on January, February, March, April, May 30th, 2022, Joseph Quinn fine as shit.
So she's had a history of like being vocal about it, basically.
Yeah.
I think Doja gets to be as aggressive, if not more, with catcalling men in public to make up for a few decades of only dudes doing the catcalling.
Harassment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not harassing anybody.
No. I mean, the years of harassment that we as women have been subject to.
Right.
Yeah, well, I didn't take it that far, but yeah,
I'm calling it what it is.
I don't disagree with that notion. But point is, I think that this was perfectly acceptable. And the only person in the wrong here, Noah.
Yeah, I agree. And then Doja also changed her Twitter name to I'm Better Than You right after. We don't know if it's correlated, but it might be.
I think that's just like a normal, like a mantra thing. And
I'm better than you.
Clear, after we
It's
saw
our
her
next single.
Yeah, but yeah.
and after we saw her perform at Coachella, she is.
She is better. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Okay, wait, so funny because if you have read the comments, most people in the comments are like, definitely Team Noah.
Oh, please.
Really?
Haven't been seeing a lot of people.
Of Team
So like she
Doja?
went live yesterday, basically 2 days after this
Good
happened.
to know Noah's got a bot farm.
Oh my
at his disposal.
God.
I was kind of thinking that, but she went live. She's just painting very innocently, listening to music, and the comments are all
Flaming her?
Noah with like the triangle that's like facing
my
Noah.
God.
How is Noah in the right here?
Okay, but also I just want to say,
'Cause
okay,
people are like, he's 17.
He's 17,
He's like
yeah.
just a kid.
What?
I know.
First off, 17. When you do something stupid, you get tried as an adult. I don't have that.
Being in the right or the wrong, like outside of all of that, I had a small run-in with a fan base the other day.
I saw it.
A
in
fan
my
base?
in my Gmail alerts.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so like
But got us all canceled.
my point is that I think because he has such a strong fan base of girls who are in love with him, they'll go to bat for him no matter what he does. Because I think that was a little snake shit. I think there was a little snaky. I think it was a little weaselly. Yeah.
He's
Like,
a narc.
If that was me, I'd be like, damn. But like if the tweet about loving Joseph Quinn comes out before that, it makes it a little bit less. Either way, I wouldn't be super down with that if I was Doja.
Yep.
But I think no matter what, his fans, because he's got such a diehard fan base, will go to bat for him over anything. So I watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. And
but love that one, by the way.
really cute little show. It's based on a 3-book series. And it's basically like a love triangle with 2 brothers. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but it's basically like there's one girl and 2 brothers, and the two brothers like both love her, and one technically wins by the end of the season. And there's more seasons coming, so like things are gonna
Think
flip and flop.
brother number 2 is gonna have
Brother number 2, then
it.
back to brother number 1, brother number 2. So anyway, so I only watched the show. I didn't read the books. And so I posted I watched this on the plane home from Canada, and I sobbed.
Okay.
Yeah, sobbed.
Got it.
Absolutely sobbed on the finale. The lady came by, she was like, do you want some more wine? I was like, no, I'm okay. Actually, yeah.
Is Jeremy asleep next to you?
He was
Now.
like, in the seat, like kind of diagonal and back to me so he couldn't see what was happening. I was silently wiping tears off my face.
And I'm crying looking into my Excel sheets.
So anyways, I was very passionately posting about this on Instagram, being like, are you team Conrad or are you team Jeremiah?
Oh, I fucking saw it. And people were about to end your career.
Oh my God. And so obviously like people are split between the two things. And so based on the show, most people are in favor of one brother, but I guess based on the books, because people really lovingly dropped fat spoilers in my DMs that I'm really upset about. If you read the books, you're team other brother.
Okay.
And so I posted being like, I was pretty passionate. Was like, oh my God, like I'll find this story and we can put it on screen. But I basically was like, oh my God, like justice for brother, whatever, like like fuck yeah, like I'm super team this person, And people who were on team other brother went fucking ballistic.
And to be clear, this is a fictional story.
This is a fictional story based on a book about high school age children.
If there were one way to not stylistically end your career, that
it would be this way.
This sounds like the modern Edward versus
Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for these brothers. These brothers are they're brothers. They're related.
Okay.
You told me Edward and Jacob weren't brothers?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
Anyway.
Maybe in a different Wattpad version of
Point
that.
is, don't get in between people's fantasy.
Oh my God. Well, I didn't realize that I'd be creating such, like, normally people feel very connected when you're on like the same team as them, right? And like on the same like wavelength. And I thought that we were all going to be on the same wavelength until I found out that the books were kind of a different story-ish situation. And so then people who were on the opposite brother team, like, one girl went on Twitter and just fucking ripped off 10 tweets about how irrelevant I was, how ugly I'd gotten. Like, she went for the fucking throat. It was
You want me to
insane.
shirt back at her? Like you do for me? But like unasked, and when I wish you wouldn't do it, I'll be like, I'll say it right now.
It's okay.
You should see her. Hotter than ever. Dump truck ass. Wallet thick.
Thank you
Net worth
so
is
much.
diversified.
And the best part is that she only tagged me in a couple of them. And so I went to her profile to be like, did this bitch like reactivate her Twitter just to like come and shit on me? And I opened up her Twitter and she's not super active, but I then found like 12 other tweets about me that weren't even tagging me about how.
Oh, she's just a hater.
Oh, but it was because that I was team brother number whatever. Like, it was all centered around that. It was crazy. And then fan pages started tagging me on both sides.
You know how it goes.
It was wild.
You pissed off the wrong army.
I pissed off a fan base.
It started a wildfire.
I started a wildfire.
I hope you're happy with your actions.
What
did you learn from this experience?
I learned the ending of the whole fucking series, which I'm not happy about because someone put spoilers in my DMs.
Okay.
When I posted my thing too, I was even like, hey, spoilers ahead if you haven't finished the show. Like,
yeah, but Lauren, you don't remember that, like, that's not the rules. You have to post every single warning, every single, like, hey, look, this. No one has to give you any of the same courtesy. That's how the world works.
I hate that.
And in fact, because you have followers, you don't have feelings. So they can say whatever they want to you.
I know. Okay, I know. Thanks for the reminder.
You know what's funny? I think people who are like hyper aware are even so aware of the fact that that happens to people like you that every once in a while I feel like I'm in a situation where you're like doing a small meet and greet in the middle of a mall. And people are like, I just like, I didn't want to say hi, but like, if you could just tell her, I'm gonna keep walking. And if you could tell her when I'm 3 blocks away that the girl with the backpack said hello, that would be great. I was like, you could probably just stick around. She's like, no, I should leave right now. I gotta go. Oh, okay.
That is like so wildly.
2 ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, 2 ends of the spectrum. Right. And there's a happy medium there for sure. Because I feel bad that people feel, I think because so many like influencers, creators, celebrities or whatever have like put it out in the world. Well, you know what? It's because people have gone too far and then people speak out about it. And then people who were feeling normal about it feel like they need to back off.
Well, also like anyone who's a fan who sees it happening currently and they're like, oh, I want to add to that.
Well, those are the people with a good head on their shoulders. You know what I mean? Because they're like assessing the situation.
Well,
they're like
that, and then there's people that are like, it's like, who are you? Can I get a picture? You're like,
yeah, what?
No.
Yeah.
Why would you want to take a picture of someone you don't even know who they are?
That happens all the time. That happens all the time.
Laura. Okay, what else we got?
Oh my God.
By the way, so are you on Team Noah?
What?
You on Team Noah?
No, I'm Team Doja. I'm Team
you team-
Doja.
Always Team Doja, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Team Doja, but I understand after having pissed off a fan base myself how the world is appearing as Team Noah.
I understand that he didn't mean to make a mistake or he didn't mean to do something that would not be.
You know what it is? I think
whatever.
It's like when you're 17 like that, like that's something that someone would do when they have like regular like 8 friends from high school. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he realizes that like him posting a screenshot, like the severity and like the level of his relevancy and his popularity means that like that screenshot goes out to a bajillion people.
I gotta be honest, that was a close friend's share.
That was a close friend share.
And he put it to the wrong friend's share.
That was the type of thing that you end up being the one that sets up the relationship. And then down the line when you're on Jimmy Fallon, you get to be like, you see Doja and that guy Joseph Quinn that are still together years
He's
later.
like the anti-matchmaker.
Because of me.
Yeah. The anti-matchmaker.
Yeah.
They can't be now.
Yeah, they can't be.
Without a lot of unnecessary whatever. Okay, moving on.
Moving on. So we haven't opened the Wild Till 9 hotline in a while.
We haven't.
And
mostly because we closed one of the hotlines.
We did close one of the hotlines, yes.
Yeah, don't text us anymore.
Yeah, don't text us. We don't have that number anymore. It is hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep open and we cannot afford that anymore.
Unfortunately for us, there were a lot of you and it's expensive.
And it's very expensive. But I want to start
literally over $100,000 a year.
Over $100,000. I wasn't exaggerating, wasn't making up numbers. But I want to start with a review from the last time we did Wild Till 9 hotline.
A review.
A review.
Go ahead. Yep.
I would love to point out the amazing advice that Jeremy gave me at the beginning of the pandemic. I texted you guys and never expected a response. You should definitely not text us because you will not get a response now because again, we cannot afford to have the hotline open. My husband and I were really struggling in our relationship in the moment. Living through a pandemic was rough on the entire world. Jeremy gave me a little advice on communicating with a male and it's really helped out. My husband and I work things out and hardly ever argue. So thank you guys. Isn't that wholesome? She also got a Wild Til 9 sweater for Christmas from him.
This guy's great. The guy that got the sweater, he got her a sweater, right?
Yeah.
This guy's great.
Yeah.
This guy's great. Me, like,
I was like, you?
No. Wow. Okay, so spoiler alert and disclaimer. Probably none of that good advice is coming out for this episode, but we'll give it our best.
But we're gonna give it a go.
You know what? I'm feeling controversial today, so let's just talk about anything.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, we're gonna start off strong.
I'm just so sick of people just not saying what it is that's actually on their mind.
Yeah.
And I'm over it today.
Okay. Well, on that note, do you have hairs on your booty hole? And if so, have you ever looked them on with a mirror?
No. Well,
Part one, do you have hairs on your booty hole?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, for sure. I know you do.
Okay.
So part two of that question, have you ever looked at them with a mirror?
I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of mirrors and I have a butt that's attached to me. Yeah.
My answer is that I have 0 hairs on my booty hole because laser is a godsend and I recommend it to everyone.
I wouldn't even be against at any point in time. I feel like, when I start seeing hairs on my back sprout, I'm going in.
I'm sorry. Start? What do you mean?
When they really start to fucking sprout.
Okay.
Because when you do it, you could do it preemptively, correct?
I don't know.
Okay. See, that's the thing. I need a little more coverage so that I can have no coverage.
It would take fucking forever to laser that big of a... Like, to do the cooch, it's maybe only 5 minutes, but like, I'm thinking about if you take cooch size and then times that
There's
by...
got to be a bigger version of this though, right? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is.
Like a nuclear powered one that could just
anyway,
smack on me.
highly recommend. I'm so mad that I didn't do it earlier in life because it is truly the best.
Yeah.
Truly the best.
Do you think that your partner should be able to have a say? Yeah.
Ooh, that actually was some of the questions. People were just like, oh, body hair situation stresses me out. I mean, I think...
Wow. See, speak your mind.
Okay, here's my honest truth. If I felt insecure about my partner not liking body hair and then in turn that made me more comfortable not having it, that's probably the approach that I took at the very beginning, maybe. Actually, that's not true. The moment that I got any kind of body hair, I was like, get this shit off of me before I was even intimate with anybody.
Your own body hair.
Yeah.
You're kind of like a hairless, naked mole rat.
I'm like a naked mole rat. Yeah. And so I don't have a lot of body hair. And so maybe that's why like when I got like a little bit, I was like, oh, no, we are not doing this. So I think whatever makes you most comfortable, I feel like in my personal experience,
right,
my journey encountering other straight men, just like in conversation with myself, with friends, whatever it might be, I feel like the majority of guys, again, that I personally have encountered, have voiced that their preference, and I feel like you see this on TV too, is that like they prefer little to no hair.
I would have agreed for the majority of my life. But the older I get, the more I just hear like from my guy friend.
Listen, there is somebody that like everyone likes, you know what I mean? Like there's somebody for everyone. And I truly believe that.
If it's a thing and it's taboo to somebody.
Right. Someone else loves it.
It's someone else's obsession.
Yes, 100%.
I think the idea of like fighting hair and puberty and becoming just everyone being a naked mole rat, I would have anticipated would have been everyone else's favorite thing, but that's probably just a reflection of my own interests.
You know what it is too? Like I wonder how much of an impact like porn has too, because I feel like you rarely see.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 100%. I feel like you see very like maintained, artful, or naked.
Right. Well, also like I feel like there's categories for all these things too.
Right.
Like
that's
if
true.
It's not, it's like okay, there's a category for this. And also, I feel like the more niche some videos are, the more trending they are in the category.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
A standout favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think going back to the question, I think whatever makes you the most comfortable and it might be inspired by different things. I think that's what I personally do.
I mean, I think it really just comes down to like what makes you happy.
Yeah,
and
what makes you happy.
Doing the thing that your partner is interested in more makes you more happy versus doing the thing that you are happy with that might not be your partner's favorite. Pros and cons.
Right.
Weigh 'em out.
And if they want you to be hairless and you don't want to be hairless, go find someone that is happy with how you want to be.
Can you get your booty hole lasered?
Oh, you get my booty hole lasered every 6 weeks.
Glad you asked, Evan.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
I do
This was very educational, you guys. I'm learning over here too.
Like getting lasered is one of the most intimate experiences because one, you're under like doctor letting. And so like as like a woman, like between getting a pap smear where you're just again like those like doctor lights and you just are like cooch out, legs open. It's the same thing with laser. You lay with your feet like basically like sitting in like butterfly, like you know when you do butterfly and your knees
Love
are
where this is going.
Yeah. So you lay like that and they laser the shit out of you. And then the most awkward part is the booty hole because then you flip onto your side, you pull your knees up so that everything is like kind of tight.
By the way, you just describing this as somebody else's like dream.
And then this is the best part. So you're on your side, everything's tight. They tell you to lift your butt cheek up so that they can.
They want to say spread
Get
it
in
there.
there.
Yeah, they're like, can you hold your cheek or whatever? You hold and lift, and they go bzz, 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 bzz.
It's like we're like paintings, and they're readjusting us.
Totally.
You know? Pieces of art on a table.
Yeah, there's nothing more shocking than laying on my side with my butthole facing a lady and her telling me to spread my cheeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like you've been to prison, but you haven't had to actually go.
Right.
She said, like, it coughed a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. I barely have any hair on my booty hole though, because she does like 2 zaps. She's like me, and then I go.
Me.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
I'd have a lot of meat.
Oh. Me.
Jeremy also would have a lot of me.
Yeah. Show me a guy with no ass hair.
True.
We must not be from the same
Realm.
tribe.
So that question was brought to you by Miss Mia Sayoko, of course.
Fucking of course.
Of course.
Can we go back to other? Okay.
I know.
What a great way to start.
Get the fuck out
I
of
just
here.
wanted to start with a banger. Okay, so here's some more hard-hitting ones.
Jesus. I was like, why is she starting with this one?
Oh wait, actually I want to get this one out of the way too. So someone said if it uses chatterbait to masturbate, is that cheating?
And then Lauren does what? She just looks it up right in our regular browser.
I texted Jeremy. I was like, "What's chatterbait?" He like didn't respond, and so I was like, "I'll just Google it." What is it? It's kind of like
But I didn't respond because I'm like looking into the camera and I see her ding. What's chatterbait? I'm like, hello.
Everyone's gonna have super weird ads now. Chatterbait is a prawns website where I think there's also chat rooms associated with it. Gonna be honest, I didn't click around too much, but I typed it in and I was like, oh, I should have known this.
And what was the question?
So anyway, so if he's using chatterbait to masturbate, is that cheating?
Depends.
On?
The relationship.
Okay.
Like if that's not something that they would be able to share with their partner.
That feels snaky. Feels weaselly. Feels weaselly.
They don't care. Like it's completely like that would be a non-starter deal breaker for some people, and that would be like
one of them.
He's in his fucking room masturbating. I don't care.
Yeah. I think also too, like the argument that I feel like I have a lot of friends have is that like anyone that's kind of in porn that their boyfriend consumes is just like a fake person.
Right.
Like even though it might be a real person like chatting back on the other side, as long as there's not like a consistent relationship, they're like, oh, going back to the same person on Chatterbait.
Right.
Like that's got a level of like weaselly.
I almost think it's like versus a like following specific people on like the like on Snap and this and that. Like I think it's actually, especially like the ones that like develop a rapport.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like anytime there's like a relationship, if he's chatterbaiting with the same girls, then I think that's cheating. That's cheating. Anyways, okay, those were our 2 bangers to get out of the way at the beginning. Now so, like, we have the hard hitting questions.
Keep your if you're baiting, you got to have a large. The volume's got to be high. Can't be concentrated. A swath of inventory.
Just want to say also too, like, and I know that this is not going to be the same across the board, but the amount of girls who are taking back their cheating boyfriends, bitch. Makes you want to throw hands. The amount of girls who are taking back their cheating ass, lying ass, sneaking around ass boyfriends.
The amount of guys
who are cheating, sneaking around, being a little weasel.
Did we pull these from what? Discord? Instagram,
combination. We've
Twitter?
got Instagram.
Love it.
We've got, it's all over the place. This person starts off by also referring to Moose as King Moose, so I love her already. Female, 25. My partner, male, 26. I've been together for 8 years, and I'm starting to feel the pressure to get that ring. I know we're young and have all the time in the world, but being from rural New Brunswick, I didn't even know there was a version of New Brunswick that wasn't rural. That wasn't, I just pictured it all being, also the word rural is really throwing me for a loop.
Whoa.
Rural?
You're not doing great with it.
Rural?
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 Rural. Whoa.
And seeing everyone you've ever known growing up, getting married, buying houses, etc., has me feeling like I'm behind in life. We have moved away from home, but it's hard to get away from those expectations. Do you have any advice on how to hold my horses and not rush things? Thanks. Love ya, XO.
Do I have thoughts? Go ahead.
I mean, I think it's hard. I think being together for 8 years sounds like a lot, but also like if I'm working my way backwards, that means that they probably started dating when she was 18 and he would have been 19. And so it's like, if you had just started dating at 25 and 26, like, would you be thinking about those same things? Or is it more just that like you're focusing on it being 8 years and that being like a really big number? I just think too, like, maybe if like, is the issue that they're not on the same page, or is the issue that she feels like they need to be like doing those things?
Well, the only descriptors and like things that were compared were the fact that everybody else seemed to be doing things that they were not. It really wasn't whether or not they were ready or not.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I wonder how she actually feels and like what she wants. Like, if
I wonder if she knows what she wants.
Who knows?
We don't know.
We don't know.
But like that the answer to that question, therein lies the answer to, I think, the whole thing.
Right. Because I mean, I totally could understand that if I had stayed in like my hometown, St. Catharines, like I think about like people that I went to high school with are having kids on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just so far from that. But like, I could see I mean, yeah, of course.
Right.
From my womb.
Right.
I could see how your perspective would shift and your pace of your timelines would quicken if that's what was happening around you.
Like the people that you find yourself with, good, bad, and different.
Yeah.
That's what your like
100%
base reality
impacts
is.
everything.
And I think that's probably changing. The internet's definitely changed that. But there's still going to be a level of the people who are closest in and around you are either going to make you like can't stand your environment or like not know anything else but it.
So I mean, I guess like my overall perspective of this is that like you guys should have a conversation based on what you want for each other, not for each other, but together as a couple and individually.
I think she has homework first, actually. I think she needs to figure out what she wants.
Yeah.
And then also why she feels like she's there. And then figure out with him what he wants as an individual. And then figure out if they're selfish, but, you know, interdependent kind of wants align or are kind of in the con department.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Next. My boyfriend and I have been together for over a year.
Her to email back. So I talked to my boyfriend about that. He broke up with me immediately. And now he's
and this is your fault.
with
Now
my
I'm
best
stuck
friend.
in rural New Brunswick.
Right. Our next partner has a product I have incorporated into my daily routine. I started taking AG1 because it's way easier than taking a ton of pills each morning to get my vitamins in. When I start my workday, I need something that is going to give my body that energy it needs to push through. I started taking AG1 every morning about 2 months ago and have already noticed such a huge difference in my energy levels and gut health. Lauren, can I get some positive reinforcement about my gut health or what?
No, I'm so happy for you and your gut health. I feel
You're
like
quiet over there.
No, I know, but
You're
I feel like you haven't been prioritizing your health. You haven't.
I said gut health.
You haven't seen the gym in a very long. Oh, gut health. Right.
Yeah, specifically
gut health.
specifically
Right. Gut health. Yeah, gut health, crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. AG1 has worked for you. With one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All the things.
Love when you talk gut health to me.
Talk gut health to me, baby.
I like to mix mine with some water each morning on an empty stomach. I usually jump into work and wait a couple hours before eating. So it's nice to put something in my stomach to hold me over. Plus, it tastes way better than it looks. So yeah, it's green, but it has a sweet tropical taste, making it super easy to drink. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. It also contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, while still tasting good. It costs you less than $3 a day, and you're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit.
With over 7,000 5-star reviews, it's hard to pass up. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That is it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/wild. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/wild to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. My boyfriend and I have been together for over a year. I've said the L word, but he hasn't yet. We're both still working through trauma from our past relationships, both very toxic and abusive. He says our relationship still feels super new to him. He's the love of my life and I'm not going anywhere. I've waited years for this relationship, but still struggling with my feelings on wanting to feel that from my partner. Thoughts or advice? Fuck, man, if I heard that the relationship still felt new and it'd been a year, I would be sad. Sad girl hour.
I'll take away like it felt new. I'll take those words away.
Yeah.
And just think about the fact that she feels like it's her person and it's her soulmate. And she feels new to him.
Yeah.
So even like beyond like the L word.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, sad girl hour. That hurts my soul a lot. That hurts my soul a lot. Oh, shit. Yeah. And I mean, also, too, like when you're together for a year, like I think you'd have to like think about what that year looks like. Because I mean, like there's someone's year where they were like living together and doing their routine together and, you know, like living life together.
A pandemic year,
right, where you are literally inseparable. Or there's a year where you're like both still in school and you've got hobbies and extracurriculars and whatever that might be when you're not spending that much time together. So like, I think it's tough to, that breaks my heart a little bit though.
Well, I think also guys are really good at not resonating or even realizing their true feelings until they're at risk of not being able to have those anymore.
100%. Fucking knuckleheads.
Okay, I feel like that was a little, I feel like I was trying to introduce something.
It's the age-old tale.
No, it's just like,
you don't know what you got till it's gone.
We didn't clear this song. La, 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 la. But like, I think sometimes he needs a little bit of a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Or he needs something else in his life to change to like put things into perspective.
Right.
What?
Emotionally unavailable dudes are just like the bane of all. Like they're the root of so many of these questions today too, and it makes me so angry.
It's not he's emotionally unavailable. It's just like he's emotionally
stunted, slow,
lagging,
no, behind.
He's distracted. Yeah, he's got to just like put some things into focus.
Right. And it's obviously
also were they 15 and 16?
We don't really age. Yeah. Exactly. It didn't.
Stop
say.
hating on my young king here.
We are team girl today, Jeremy. I need you to
team girl.
reassess.
Wake up.
I know. God damn. Okay, here we go. Another bullshit ass boy.
Fuck him. She's great.
Seeing my ex again casually.
Cancel him.
And he keeps trying to claim me without the commitment. Angry. He hasn't asked me to be his girlfriend again, so I'm single. Why does he feel the need to almost be possessive over me? We aren't together. Because he wants control. He wants to have his cake and eat it too.
Lauren finished.
That was it. That was the end of it, yeah.
Oh.
Can I go now?
You go ahead, yeah.
He wants control. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants you to be, he wants to be your only option, but he wants to have lots of options.
Yep.
Go fuck his friend. Next.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Kidding.
Go fuck his friend.
No,
Hell yeah.
No. Find a way to take all of the energy that you obviously are still giving him and find a new place for that. You can't just replace it with nothing. You have to replace it with something.
Oh, claim me without the commitment makes me irate.
But also, she seems pretty aware.
Yeah. She does.
Because like that could have easily been like, I'm like giving him all the attention that he like asked for. He's like whatever. Like no, she gets it.
Yeah, she gets it.
She knows exactly what time it is. She just doesn't like the time.
Go find you a man that's gonna make you their only option and reciprocate it.
Go find you a X, Y, or Z. It could you could take up crafts, take up basket weaving, take up French. Don't care. Take up something that you can love and forget about him.
Sure. Or we could go fuck his friend.
Or fuck his friend. Whatever's easier. Pathways resistance.
I found out in April that my boyfriend of 2 years had been cheating on me with multiple girls. He apologized. Oh, did he apologize? And is now... these episodes get me so mad at men. So mad.
Yeah.
And is now
and I am mad too.
and is now trying to rekindle my relationship with him and possibly start dating. What should I do? I really like this guy. We were best friends for years before we started dating, so it's hard to move away from him and totally break it off. I'm still not sure if I can trust him though. Also, it's not like he's keeping me from other guys. As far as I know, no other guys have been interested. Okay, one, we got to fix his self-esteem. I'm sure there are many other people interested.
Yeah.
So don't, like, I feel like this energy makes it seem like she doesn't realize that there are other options out there for her.
So many fish in said sea.
And you don't want this busted ass, cheating ass, lying ass fish.
Drop him.
Drop him.
Fuck his
Sink
friend.
him. No. Sink him to the bottom.
The key here is that the last part.
Right.
Read that again.
Yeah. It's not like he's keeping me from other guys. As far as I know, no other guys have been interested.
So.
He still cheated.
He still cheated.
No, totally. Oh, no, but until she fixes.
No, that mindset, that perspective. Yeah.
Or even just like characterizes, fixes the wrong word. Until she's aware of the fact that there are so many guys, statistically, it would be nearly impossible for no other guy to have any feelings.
Oh my God, yeah, 100%. Also too, like, I feel like the energy this is giving me and it makes me really sad is that like, she's like, this is my only option and I can't do better. I can't do better than this. Like this guy's interested, he's coming back even though he cheated on me. No one else is interested, I can't do better than this.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you, bitch, you can.
You would be better off not being with anybody and just loving yourself.
Agreed. Girl.
There's many fish in the sea.
There's many fish. And this one he's like one of those ones that like his scales aren't nice. He's got other hose hooks attached to him.
Yep.
And he's got like half a flipper.
And he's fucking sliming out of that thing.
Fish don't have flippers. What do they have again? What's this?
Fins?
Fins.
Yeah. Thank you for really writing that metaphor.
Thank you so much.
Next fish. Let me guess. It's an angry woman.
Angry woman, but angry at another girl.
Ooh.
Fuck her boyfriend.
A remix. How to deal with my boyfriend's very touchy girl best friend.
Okay, this is still guy related. Got it. By the way,
Men are the root problem of all of these.
It's like behind every good man is like an even better woman, and behind every woman's problem is some fucking guy.
Is a male.
You got it. Yeah.
Every time.
I get it.
So I mean, for me,
are men still legal? Are we like
no? You're outlawed.
We should be gone.
Yeah.
Burn them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out with us.
So for me, I wanna throw hands. So I feel like you should take this question. So how to deal with my boyfriend's
I've had this before. Keep going.
very touchy girl best friend. Also,
okay,
go ahead.
I'll see you what?
What?
I'll see you what?
Go ahead.
Did you have a story?
What?
Did you have a story?
No, go ahead.
I've had
hesitation.
So I think this is more of a problem in earlier years, specifically when you'd have, I feel like when you had girlfriends who had to be inundated with like all of like a college guy's friends.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
And like a lot of the times you would have like girls who you could, I think, speak to about things that you wouldn't tell the guys. And you needed that. But because you had this relationship with them where they almost knew the backstory of like when you like somebody or when you're doing something dumb or when you're like whatever, like they would find out kind of like a different version than everybody else.
Okay.
And which creates a bit of like you know things about me that not everybody else does. And a lot of times that girl would be there before a relationship, during a relationship,
and
after that relationship. She had seen 3 or 4 girls. And so whether or not even was like a connection that was physical or just a connection that like if you walk into a room and the guy you like are new to, seems to have like a kind of a different relationship with one girl.
Yep.
God forbid she's pretty.
Oh,
than everybody else. Right?
Burn it all.
It legitimately introduces this weird like feel like you need to know what's going on there. And then you find out that she actually knows things about your relationship before you even knew that she knew about him, even though it was completely honest and real.
This is all making me squirmy. Go ahead. Keep going.
So it's like the worst part about this is, don't get me wrong, there are certainly some girls who are like, they're fucking too. Like they're for sure trying to like weasel their way in and like, and by the way, like the guy that I'm talking about, whether it's me or anybody else, for sure that happens. But there are a lot of like honest as ones as well. And when there's nothing worse, Lauren, fucking nothing worse than when a guy happens to actually be right and honest about there's nothing going on with me and Pamela. And when he's actually telling the truth, there's nothing worse, because when a guy actually can stand back and go, are you finished? Are you done? Did you get all the things you had to say out of the way? It's infuriating because for all the reasons that we've like.
Infuriating for you or for me?
No. It's infuriating for everybody because
I was
like,
gonna say.
No. Well, it's just infuriating because like the guy, like the one time they're fucking not out there cheating and fucking whatever. It's like, oh God, like the most smug, just toxic things then spew out of that guy's mouth.
Oh yeah. Okay,
totally,
that's what I thought
like,
you were. I thought you were saying. Okay, yeah.
No, just like, oh, because that guy's gonna be like, fuck, you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
Point is,
this
goes either way, but it's difficult.
Here's my hot take is that like I think you described the dynamic perfectly. It's like the girl who's been there before, during, and after, and they have a relationship that's been potentially platonic, or let's say platonic the entire time, but like they've just known each other a long time. I think that it falls on the boyfriend to make it very clear that their girlfriend is the priority. Because I can think of a specific time with you and I. So there was an event that we went to with a girl who I knew. She knew of me, obviously, because she had been there before and she was now there during. And, she'd also seen the influx of girls go in and out of your life.
To be fair, she did see an influx.
Yeah, she saw an influx.
Highly in tune.
And so I think that she probably was in the routine of when a new girl came in, establishing dominance over whoever the new girl was, to be like, I have the superior relationship. Like, I have him wrapped around my finger. If I wanted him, I could have him. That was like the energy she's giving off.
Oh, fucking please.
That's exactly what the energy is.
See, this is.
No, but it's true. It's like she would come in and try and like assert dominance. Don't you think?
In what capacity? Because I don't, but I'd love to hear from your perspective why you think it was a I'm wrapped around her finger thing. Like,
she just makes it seem that like she would have it's the energy of that, like, I could have him if I wanted to. Honestly, it's not even about you. It's about
what?
It's not about you. Like you're kind of like the middle thing in the equation.
Secondary.
It was more just that like she's like I can't believe this is not how you see it.
You know what's funny? It's like, I don't think it's about you, and you think it's about you. You thought it was about you.
It's not. I'm like I'm a moving factor, right? It's that like she establishes dominance over whoever new girl is, XYZ new girl. It's not actually about me. Like I'm not like, oh, if I was prettier, she wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like that's not at all what it is. It's more just that like she's like, oh, new bitch is here, established dominance, okay, let's move on type of thing.
Okay.
Because you know what it is? It's the obvious effort to make the girl feel like shit and insecure. And
no way. Give any specific examples whatsoever.
Yeah, just like body language. Like, so like if they would try and like inch you out of the conversation, like literally physically.
Okay, yeah, there was that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Oh,
and
that
just
is
being
the
like
biggest
red
flag.
I think she was just drunk and unaware when she did that.
And just being like touchy and shit. You know what I mean? Like touchy with you.
She was touchy for sure.
And like bringing up inside jokes that you're like very much not a part of, and makes a very obvious effort to have a conversation with just you or someone else that is in your circle to cut out the girlfriend.
She sold me there.
She had
I can visualize.
Yeah, you can visualize all of that.
She had better receipts than I thought she was going to.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's exactly the situation. So it's less about you. It's about
Once
her.
again, it still hurts. Keep going.
It's about her establishing her dominance to fuel her ego, to be like, I'm going to be here before, during, and after you.
This is my territory.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what it is.
She's marking her territory.
And was there ever a problem?
Next, we never really saw her again.
We never saw her again.
I saw her often. Yeah, but I didn't have to interact with her.
Right.
Right. And I trust you. So that was never an issue to be like, oh, she's going to seduce you. You know what I mean? Like that was never an issue. It was more just that like, I don't want to be in this bitch's presence. She a hoe.
I don't, but by the way, speaking of the boyfriend thing, did I not take us out of that situation?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think that's where I was going with this, is that like, I think you did a really great job of handling that when I made a comment about that. And like, I am not the type to be like fuck this bitch.
I think I brought it up, didn't I?
No, I think I did, but it was more just like an aside, not like anything catty to be like, oh, she really is like.
If I know Lauren, it was a little catty.
It was for sure a little catty.
Yeah.
There's no way there was an underlying catty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fairly.
Yeah.
It was catty adjacent.
Mildly catty. Yeah, catty adjacent. Catty adjacent.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I brought something
up. Who does this bitch think she is?
And you did a really great job handling it.
Grabs my penis and walks us out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Okay. I do remember that. Mm-hmm. And it was a good example.
A great example.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it was.
But to give myself a little, I was aware of the fact that I thought she was, as far as I'm concerned, not intentionally doing things that came off intentional. Whether or not she is or not, we'll never know. Which was then my role to, if I thought it was intentional, I have to talk to her about it. If I thought it was unintentional, I have to try and find ways to make that situation not happen.
100%.
Otherwise, it would create resentment on both sides for no reason.
Yep, 100%. 100%. And then we never saw her again, really. Okay, if your significant other asks you to not wear a piece of clothing, do you not wear it or wear it?
You don't, because those biker shorts that come down to your like calves are hideous, and I think that they make the absolute best parts of you disappear, and they're distracting, and I would like them to not be.
I love how it's not the men's XXL sweaters that I love to wear.
Those don't bother me.
Like,
Don't bother me at all. Those don't bother me.
Jeremy would just, his ideal is just to have a little bit of like under boob. He wants under butt cheek.
By the way, I love under boob as well. If we could get some of that.
Yeah, we're not going to make any under boob. There's no boob to be underneath of the.
There's no excess on top there to be under. Got it.
She starts doing the Mean Girls cutouts. Regina George.
The Regina George. Oh my God. I think.
But in all reality, no.
Unless there's something very specific to be like, if I was going to, like Kentucky wedding, for example, you know what I mean? If you were like, you should not wear that, I would be like, oh, okay. Yeah, like I trust you. I would probably,
the only thing I could think of is if there was a sentimental thing from a previous relationship.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. 100%. Yes.
That would be a conversation where you almost need to like bring up like, hey, this may sound stupid or ridiculous that I'm even bringing this up, but like it just, I noticed that you wear the hat with your ex's initials on it every other day. Did you want me to get you a version of that? Because they will. I just didn't know if that one was sentimental. Okay, it's not good. Yeah, cool, got it.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I think if someone expressed that to me, I would be like, oh my God, no, it's not. And I would immediately stop wearing it because I wouldn't want to even like, even potentially go in the territory of that representing something.
Are you speaking to the exact experience we had?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Next question. Oh, this was random too. This was a question like more for me. She was like, are you okay with not being surprised by an engagement ring? Promise no judgment, but wouldn't you rather he surprise you with an empty box and pick it out together? If you got down on one knee in like a beautiful scenery and the whole 9 yards for an engagement and it was an empty box, I would think that I was unpunked. I would for sure be unpunked. Like that's, I've never heard of anyone doing that.
Yeah, I would even if, no.
The amount of disappointment, like the immediate deflation of your like excitement of everything. I just can't imagine going.
Calling off a photographer. And the catering probably hasn't been made yet. So yeah, just going.
I just can't imagine.
When you set it up that way though, with the whole scenery and it being like this perfect moment, and then you literally open up a box and see nothing.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Even if we were at like Cheesecake Factory and you still like there was a ring box on the table. You know what I mean? And I, fun fact, also have seen someone get engaged at Cheesecake Factory.
I'm gonna hide it in your fucking potatoes.
Try Guys did that for a video.
How?
Where Zach proposed to Miles.
Oh, that's nice.
It actually was on a breadstick at Olive Garden.
Was there a brand deal?
No.
Oh. Good for Olive Garden.
So I got thrown off by breadsticks. I love the breadsticks. There's so much. Even if we...
What if I opened the box and it was a breadstick?
Okay. Well, see, now things are different.
What if Moose poops it out and you see it in his fecal matter?
Yeah. No, while you're wiping a butt. Yeah. I have it taped to the back of his tail.
His tail?
That went really far, you guys. I'm so sorry.
See, all of those sound better than opening up an empty ring box.
You'd rather Moose shit it out?
Yes.
Okay.
I would rather Moose shit it out than open up an empty ring box.
Yeah.
Even just like a Cheesecake Factory, if there's a ring box on the table, like you would get so excited. Even just like at the notion of any kind of gift. And then it was empty, you'd be like, did you forget something?
Yeah.
There's just no world. There's just no world.
Well, there's probably a world for many people.
Worlds. Yeah. But just the sheer like confusion of this person was very shocking to me.
Yeah. So did you answer it?
I just answered it right now.
Right. Well, okay. Got it.
I said that I would literally rather pick a ring out of Moose's shit than get an empty ring box.
Right.
I second it.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. My boyfriend dumped me out of nowhere saying he needed to be alone for his mental health. Is that a valid reason? Immediate reaction is absolutely yes. If someone needs to take time to like mend themselves and take all of that time for themselves, absolutely. When it's not okay is when someone blames mental health and goes and fucks your best friend. The amount of times that I've heard that where they're like, I need to be by myself for mental health, for my own, I need to work on me. And then they just go and like fuck other people. It's just like their like exit route to get out of the relationship. Sorry, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, you covered it there. I mean, it's really hard to say without any context whatsoever besides what we just heard.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, just about anything that requires someone to shift what they're doing in order to take care of their own self can't really be argued against.
I mean, like if we look back on like what my mental state was last February when I was like, I couldn't leave the house. Like I was having multiple panic attacks a day. Like I would never be in a state to get into a new relationship at that point. Like I would never even fathom the thought of dating. And so like luckily enough for us as a couple, it all was okay and you're a great support system. And like I also relied on you during that time as well too. So if there's a world too where he is, having a really hard time, but feels like what he needs is different than what I needed, when I was going through a really hard time, then like you can't argue that it's not valid.
I mean, realistically, like the idea of needing to be alone or needing literally whatever, the reason I think so many relationships go way too long is that the thing that somebody needs is not that relationship, and they weren't in a place to be able to go, oh, I realize now I need to get out of this relationship so I can fix this, so I can do anything well.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
And then fuck your best friend.
I'm gonna fuck your best friend.
Wait, now question. Can she fuck his best friend now that she's single?
I think depends on a few different things.
Lauren.
I'm kidding. I mean, if he's struggling with mental health and you go and fuck his best friend, absolutely not. That would make you one of the worst people in the world.
He said I wanted to be alone.
Jeremy.
I'm kidding.
Okay, this is actually a great question.
Actually, and one more thing. What happens if he says he wants to break up and be alone because he needs it for mental health, and you say, what if I bring my best friend and you can fuck us both? Would that help?
Okay, I'm going to the next question. Can emotionally unavailable men change and become emotionally available?
Yeah.
Hot take, I think that emotionally unavailable men will most likely not become emotionally available for you. They might become emotionally available for someone else in the future.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
But in most personal events and within friends, my friend group, etc., people that I've experienced, I would say that I have never seen an emotionally unavailable man become emotionally available within that same relationship.
Well, I went from emotionally unavailable at the beginning of our first date to emotionally available by the second date.
Yeah, but you made that decision.
Right.
No. Also too, like you were like, this is exactly what it was, is that all the girls that you went on dates with before me, emotionally unavailable. And
Yes.
then you met me and became emotionally available. I feel like you were my proven thesis to my.
But point is, I could have been on. I get it. I hear what you're saying.
I think that emotionally unavailable men can become emotionally available, but it's not going to happen if you're already having problems with emotional unavailability.
Yeah, and realistically, I think it's very difficult for you or anybody else to try and even logically or rationally or emotionally or mentally or fucking metaphysically be a part of that change.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
You cannot, no matter how hard you try, trust me, bitch, I have tried. You cannot drag the availability out of an emotionally unavailable man.
Person.
Amen.
Man. You said that so well.
Thoughts on, oh my God, this question is crazy. Thoughts on looking through someone's phone with asking for permission first.
Wait, without asking
No,
permission?
they want to look through someone's phone, but they also want to ask permission. That's like a lot to take in, right?
Well, I think, okay. What are they looking for?
Like it feels
Right.
so wrong, but then you're like, oh, but you want to ask permission? Like, okay, well that feels like.
Well, I think what she's looking for.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, does she want to I would like to look through your phone, or she would I'd like to establish an open phone policy. Because those are two different things. And to me,
I'm just like, who would ever want to share their phone?
Oh, Jeremy could go through my phone at any time.
Oh my God.
every time Lauren sees my phone, I'm waiting for her to exit as something that needs to stay open. I'm looking for like all these things that like I'm like, oh, she's gonna fucking like, I'm gonna go, what did you do with that?
One time I clicked a LinkedIn notification, and Jeremy is very meticulous about like, I also don't really use LinkedIn, so like I didn't realize that like once you click someone's profile, it tells them that you viewed it.
I viewed it. And then like other things, like certain links in my phone, if I click from certain devices, then like expose my IP to things that it's like, it is a wild ride.
So I don't play those games.
I'd be like, from like a professional level, no, I can't go through Jeremy's phone. But from a personal level, I probably could.
You can look through my socials besides like all my work things, great. But the moment, like actually, not that, any of those. Stop what you're doing. Don't touch it. Okay, go to the... You're fine. Okay, good. Go ahead. Yeah.
Like all the things that a girl would want to look through are the things that like I would like I could look through your photos and your texts.
Have at it.
But like notes app with links and LinkedIn
don't you fucking dare.
Slack.
Don't you dare touch my Slack. Chaos. No, I think it really comes down to like if she wants to like, I'd like to see this now because the thing is,
also, what are you looking for?
Well, the thing, does she need to get an answer about a specific thing or does she want to be able to have
the ability?
Right.
Yeah.
Because like we share passwords and everything. So it's like,
like we leave an open availability that if like you needed something on my phone, like it wouldn't be an issue.
We also do too much work together to not.
Wait, I can totally now envision this. It's like you're in bed, you're tired, it's a long day, and Jeremy like needs a contact, but you're like, oh, Jeremy, I just don't want to pick up my phone. It's over there. Like you go through it. I now can like imagine.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Being okay with the partner then going through it.
But also, or like if she's upstairs, can open her like laptop and just get the contact.
Right.
I'm not gonna walk upstairs and be like, let me grab your phone real quick. It's like, but also like we share a fucking password aggregator too. So it's like. There's too much overlap between our lives to not.
Cute.
And also Jeremy's too like tech savvy that like I would never like there's not a world to be like, ooh, I'm gonna like use password protected. You know what I mean? Like there's just no world where I would ever.
Think I can hack password protectors?
Can you? Probably.
I can hack into passwords?
No.
Well, if you store it in our shared password drive, no.
Or my Apple Notes.
Right, yeah, Jesus.
I don't do that anymore, guys. I've
It was pretty bad for a while.
It was not okay, but now
What's
it's
my password? Here, just text it. Just text it to me, and then I'll just put it in my notes, and then I'll just copy and paste it with my username as well, and all the things they could ask me.
I would never do that.
There used to be cloud documents where she just had all the passwords and all the security questions and all the PIN codes, and I was just like,
you know how many people that I have met since changing mine that do this?
Totally.
It's a reminder to everyone out there who's not a nerd that you should download password protecting apps and move your passwords because they're not supposed to be in the notes app.
The future is passwordless, but today still filled with passwords.
Here's a good one. Do you think it's okay to buy Squishmallows behind your boyfriend's back asking for a friend? Yes, it is. Next question.
She sure fucking does.
Would you say 7 years is too long not to be moving together with a significant other?
Situational. For me, probably. But for you and the person who's probably asking this question, looking for a specific answer, I think you already know the answer. Devin furrows his brow and goes, yes, of course. These are fun. I like when people ask questions that get me a window into their personality and I can at least speculate whether or not that's actually accurate or not.
I love this episode because I always get so angry.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. Like I'm sweating in anger still from honestly from like 6 questions back. Okay. Here's a good one. Can you be friends with an ex if you were friends before the relationship?
Yeah. I mean, someone can.
Someone can.
Yeah.
Someone totally can. Sarah Jane Betts and Kane Foster are the most insane example I've ever seen of ex relationship being able to be close friends.
Yeah. You know what it is? I think that there's a level.
And you know what? Just follow up on that. And I truly believe that that is 100% exactly like what it looks like.
I think part of the reason why they can do that is because they didn't fall like apart in a toxic way.
Agreed.
The way that you...
Right. There was no resentment. There was no animosity.
But like...
Yeah.
I think... Okay, actually, I'll even elaborate this. I think it's likely that you are... I'll start with the bad. It is unlikely that you'll be able to maintain or reinvigorate an old friendship after you've been in a relationship with someone, if the ending of the relationship does not provide equal closure,
agreed,
to same people.
Yes.
And
yes.
the opposite is true in the sense of if the relationship was a friendship before, a relationship during whatever period you were together,
right.
and it ended in a way that you both like feel like there is finality to it,
right.
to that chapter of it, and you can both move on from that at the same, like on the same time, same page, and same like, and it really has to be at the same time because like one person's like kind of caught up on everything. I think even if it's like a year later, I think people kind of like go in this like weird like slinky effect because like if it's over for somebody, but it's not quite over for somebody else.
Yeah.
And then one day it kind of ends for the other person. The other person can almost have this like, wait, I don't have that connection with them anymore, even if they didn't want it. Especially guys, they're like, okay, fine. So it's like this weird, I think like back to it kind of has to be same time, same place, same page.
And like,
then I think
what are the
possible.
chances of that happening with most couples? I feel like it's probably the minority.
It's probably the minority, but like for that minority, I do think it's possible.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe in being friends with exes. I think it's fine to be friendly and cordial.
Right.
But I don't want to hang out with you.
I feel the same way, but I also think it's actually, I think it's easy to be supportive of an ex that ended well without crossing the line without being friends with them.
100%. Because like you want the best for them.
Not always.
Not always.
Not
yeah,
always.
Yeah, you're
no.
absolutely right. Not always.
No, sometimes I feel very neutral towards the outcome of things.
Oh, neutral? That's what you're feeling? Yeah, neutral.
Wait, how interesting. If you put a child into the mix of this, I feel like more often you see that the parents do stay friends in some way because they're almost forced to
co-parent.
Well, the problem is like they're
Yeah.
not forced. It's just whether or not, like, what are you going to do with that situation? And realistically, it's really easy for anybody to sit there and go, well, it's for the kid that they should figure it out. But like, if your significant or ex-significant other is as miserable as they can be, that can be difficult.
Because like I'm thinking my roommate and best friend, his dad just got married to a woman from Thailand, and his mom, biological mom, was at the wedding.
Wow.
See, that's so straight.
With her man.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think also too, like when there's a shared thing, like a child's, and you've both built like new lives and you just have like that one shared thing when you both also want the best for that one thing.
Oh, that's like probably the best possible outcome.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
100%.
I even know some people that like would go as far as to be like, I'm so thrilled that I met this person, had a child with them.
Yeah.
It's the most favorite person in the whole world. And then I met my new partner and now we all drink wine on Thursdays together. I'm like, the maturity and growth between that versus the girl who thinks that like the 2-year-old cheating boyfriend is her best outcome. There's a delta here we want to close.
This one's heartbreaking. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Here's our finale question. I have to move to Scotland for 5 years for vet school, but my boyfriend has to stay in the US for at least the first few years, but we're in such a good place and utterly adore each other. What do we do? He's like my best friend and we've been together for 2 years and done long distance for shorter times, but this one is a big change and I don't want to hurt him.
Why does she have to go to Scotland for veterinary school?
I know someone who had to go to Scotland for physical therapy to do their master's because the program sometimes just like if their dream is to go be a vet, like the amount of vet programs across each country is so incredibly small. And so a lot of the times you have to go out of country to go to a master's program or a specialty like health program or whatever.
Okay.
To finish your education.
That is assuming that she has to go there or she wants to go there. That's like her dream to go there. Great. Go.
Oh, 100% go. I think she's going regardless, but she doesn't know what to do with the relationship. I mean, honestly, worst case scenario, you try it for as long as you can. And I mean, also, I know lots of people who have been long distance for many, many years and eventually it works out and you just have to wait for it to, like, if you know that that's like the person that you want to be with, like, and he can be there in 2 years, 2 years is nothing in the span of like what your entire life together could look like.
At the end of the day, it really is not about the outcome as much as it is the journey. And so if the journey doesn't end up being as bad as you think it could be, great. Like I think you go into it knowing that it's going to be very difficult and that it has the all the ingredients to say that there's a lot of wrong that can come from that. Same time, like we just came from a wedding in Kentucky where like they were distant, like and every single person that was in and around them were like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, why are you guys still together? Yeah.
Years and years and years. Now they're married happily ever after. So it's just a very much but also at the same time, they were very sure of each other at the same time to the point where all our friends as well were like, you really sure about this? Really? You do this? And like everybody else's doubts and thoughts and whatever didn't really end up meaning much at all in the long run because they were sure about it the whole time.
Totally. I mean, she sounds pretty sure too. Also, if you're the age of going to like vet school too, like they're obviously like older and more mature. And so if you think that your person, keep your person.
Well, especially if he's on the same page as far as like supporting her to go do that.
Yeah, totally.
And wants to be, he would like to meet her at the end of that. So it's like, okay, what does that journey look like?
Yep.
He can come visit her at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you know how much of Europe you can go see when you live in Scotland? My friend who went to Scotland for PT school.
Lots.
She saw fucking every country over there. It was crazy.
Lots.
Great vacations.
Tillies have great questions.
Tillies have great questions. I'm mad at all of the shitty Weasley men in our Tilly's lives. But other than that, this has been a great episode.
I'm not thrilled with the significant others that happened to be men in these one-off unique scenarios. Yeah. But I am thrilled for a couple of banger episodes coming up. So like, subscribe, follow, do every one of those little things.
Podbean.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.